Hello everybody, I'm back with a new class. Sorry it took me so long to make a new one. I've just been incredibly busy for the past few months. So we'll talk about everything that I've done that was new or interesting or useful. Okay, so yeah, I moved into a new place and that definitely took up every bit of strength that I had. Unfortunately, I had to move during a new moon, which was not the best time because at that time you're supposed to be chilling out. But I had to go. I had to move when I had to move. So also, that TV behind me is not plugged in because TVs can emit lots of radiation. So at my old job, I also um, had to work on some radiation blocking techniques because at my old job they had tons of TVs mounted on the walls for like advertising and things like that. So I really had to get down to business with my radiation blocking. So I bought myself a black tourmaline. Bought myself this malachite necklace for the sign of Scorpio and Capricorn. Remember, if you want to do something like that, use our reference book of crystals, the encyclopedia. So that's something really good for you guys to know. Um, so in this class today, we will be discussing how to move your house properly. I'm pretty sure there's other people talking about that if you haven't seen it already, but I'll tell you again just so it's in the class so you can refer to it later. Um, I also found this new app on my phone using subliminals to reprogram my subconscious. So I've been doing that. Um, so this is just a reminder, do everything that you possibly can. Remember, we still have a bit of drama going on. If any of you guys have seen the news, um, we approved missiles to be launched at Russia, USA missiles to be launched at Russia recently. So they're not too happy with us. So this is just a reminder, you guys need to do everything you can. You guys need to step up your game as much as possible using my class and all of the references, and you guys need to meditate a lot as much as you can. Just, yeah, try to fit it in there. Um, oh, okay, so next class, not this class, but we will be talking about. We will be talking about our environmental impact, which I'm very excited for. So we're gonna do for the next class, not this one, but the next one, we're gonna do all of the calculations on our environmental impact and all of the new plans that we have for zero waste living, which I thought was really interesting. We'll talk about what I'm already doing now, what I'm already saving right now, and then areas that we can improve. Of course, I've been really busy, so we can start looking into improving and stepping up our game in any way that we can. Now, remember, if you guys are on top of your work, if you're on top of your spiritual work, if you're on top of taking care of the planet, the nature spirits are going to love that, right? And whatever spirits that you're working with, they're definitely going to be supporting you and they're definitely going to favor you more. Um, with all the spirits seeing your good work, they're going to be protecting you more, which makes us as a country, the USA, safer. We will be a lot more protected, and there will be a lower chance that we actually get harmed in any way. Okay, so just a reminder. Oh, okay, yeah, wow, this was a long time ago. Yeah, I've been so busy. So I went to a vegan food festival to show my support. So, yeah, that was really, really, really cool. And so I walked around, I saw all the stalls and all the things that they were selling and all the restaurants that came in with their trucks or with their stand. And it was really just like a cool thing. There were actually a lot of people there. I was really surprised. I'm like, okay, wow, there's actually a lot of people there. Um, and it was kind of funny because there was like a bunch of people wearing like sassy vegan shirts that said along the lines of like, yes, I'm vegan. No, I don't eat fish. My B12 is fine. And like, it was just so sassy, you know? Like, it was so funny to like see tons of those shirts, like tons of them. It was actually pretty cool. The only thing is that I wish they had music, but you can go onto my Instagram and you can see pictures of the Vegan Food Festival. And I found this really, really, really good restaurant where they had like a jackfruit, uh, a jackfruit sandwich that was like a Philly cheesesteak, but like with jackfruit and like sauce, and it was so good. Like I found a place to sit. I got my food, and I found a place to sit, and I took one bite of that and I was just floored. I could not like get up after that. I was like, "Whoa." I was having a moment. It was the best vegan jackfruit sandwich. It was like a barbecue jackfruit. It was so good. It was so good. I couldn't even believe anything. I couldn't believe my life right there. So, yeah, it was definitely really cool, definitely really interesting to support vegans. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and remember this from okay, I started these classes like beginning with my veganism intro. That was about 1 year. We're coming up on 1 year from my veganism intro. So this is real science. This is real science in real time with unbiased research. Real science is unbiased research and testing, and this is me documenting everything. So I really wanted to see if everything worked, and now that we're at this point, yeah, everything does work. I really enjoy it, and we're having a good time out there. But there are a few things that I did tweak a little bit, a few things that I had to adjust. Of course, we're only coming up on year one of veganism and year one of a more specific, a more in-depth practice of my spiritual work and my spiritual stuff. So that's really cool. That's really cool. This is real science. I'm not one of those people on the internet that are like, oh, that sounds fake, that sounds stupid, or I like eating meat because it tastes good. No, we're actually going to go into it. We're actually going to see what it's actually about, and we're going to be testing everything with no biases, right? Um, this isn't like okay, we're not stupid out here, okay? Real science is real research, okay? This is real stuff. It's not just because I want to be, argumentative on the internet. That's not what we're trying to do here. Okay, so let's go over how to move your house correctly. It is a good idea to clean and sage the house that you're moving out of before you leave after it is empty to clear out your own energy for the next person. Okay, so before you move any of your own personal items into a new house, you need to do a deep clean to remove any dirt from any person that lived before or any dust buildup that has formed over time. So before you do anything, go into your new home and deep clean everything. Clean it really well. Now, after cleaning, you need to do your salt bath, meditate, right? As I showed you in my previous classes, how to do cleanse your energy, cleanse your space. Do your salt bath or shower, meditate, and then sage or cleanse the energy of the new home before moving in any of your personal items. So, after you cleanse the house, after you cleanse the house, you need to set up any wards, any crystals that you have, any protective crystals, any sachets, any wards, and any of your plants with protective energies. You move those in first, right after you cleanse, immediately after you cleanse, so the energies cannot come back in. Remember to replace your wards, your sachets every single year. Your wards, your sachets, they will expire. So make sure that you replace them. I learned it the hard way with one of mine because I just didn't have time or money to replace that ward. So, but it definitely got me in the butt. So you need to make sure that you replace your wards, your sachets every year. And if you don't know how to make sachets, if you don't know what to use for wards, or if you don't know any protective plants, remember to use our reference book right here. This is the best reference book that I have. So after you cleanse and protect and ward, now you can start moving in all of your items, all of your personal items, your clothes, whatever. And that will be the proper way to move into a house. So you have a clean slate to put all of your own energy. And remember, if you have a family, then all people that live in that house, all of the people need to be involved. All of the people need to have their own sage. All of the people need to have their own sachets or wards. They all have to be involved. If you're living in the house, you all have to be involved. Okay? So remember that. So you can all register or set up all of the energy that is supposed to be in there. So something weird that I noticed when I first moved into this place, when I was cleaning, the house in the neighborhood had like a really bad energy. It was like really weird. It was like a stale energy. It was like kind of like dark. It was a little scary, right? When I was moving here, it was a little bit scary. Like the energy just felt like not so good, you know? And it's gonna feel that way before you move in. So yeah, don't yeah, you're probably gonna feel that if you guys have your third eye open, if you guys know what you're doing. Once you get to the new place to start cleaning, yeah, it definitely feels not that great. Like it just feels a little scary, you know? So all right, using subliminals. So I found this new app called Sound and Soulful. I'll show you what it looks like. Where is it? So this is the app Sound and Soulful, and it is a paid $20 per month subscription. You get like a free trial first, and then you can pay $20 a month for subliminals. And they have all sorts of. It looks like this. It all has all sorts of categories and uses that you can. It has like beauty, body, business, chakras, face, feminine beauty, love and relationships, manifestation, mind power, money, mood, twin flames. So that's it has a lot of stuff in it that you can look at. So I remember to use the subliminals for the moon phases. So I have a playlist for clearing negativity. So yeah, I have a playlist for clearing negativity for the waning moon, so full moon onto new moon. I have clearing, and then from new moon onto full moon, I have a manifestation like money or love or something that you want to bring in, or it could help you with like creativity and things like that. So I've been using that. You need to listen at least 20 minutes for at least 21 days in order to see any results. Um, Try to listen to it every single day though. I've got this like maybe like 2, 3 months ago, and what it actually does, okay, the way it works. So yeah, I got this a couple months ago. I still use it every single day as much as I can, so I can reprogram the subconscious. So the way that this works, oh, I don't remember the channel. I'm sorry. Her channel. This was from a YouTuber actually. The person that made this app is Magnetize Yourself on YouTube. Magnetize Yourself on YouTube, and she made this app. So yeah, like I thought it was really cool, really nice, right? So you should go check her out. Forgot to mention that shout out. Okay, so the way that this works is that your brain has to listen to things that you hear. So the way that this subliminal app is that it will play like a frequency or like rain sounds or sounds of the ocean, and it'll like play the sounds of the ocean, and in the background you're gonna hear small like quiet voices in the background, saying things like, I release negativity, or here, let's see, I can actually pull one up right now. It'll have like affirmations in the app. It also has the affirmations tab that you can read. My heart mends and heals completely. I am utterly safe and secure. It is safe to open my heart to love. Things like that. It'll have like a voice in the background saying these things on repeat while it's playing like sounds of the ocean. So your brain has to listen to things that you hear. So it's really important that you're careful with what type of like media you're taking in, because that gets trapped in your subconscious in the back of your head. So when your mind is quiet, your subconscious automatically comes forward to your thinking, right? So when you quiet your mind, it'll start coming through when you're not like trying to control it. Okay? It's similar to like muscle memory. Like when you practice a skill and you have muscle memory, it's kind of the same as that. It's also a good idea to cut out any media that you find disturbing or nasty or anything like that. I used to watch like people who like made memes and talk about people who do like, like the whole like drama stuff. I used to watch that because I thought it was funny, right? But it just got so much for my mind that like I didn't want to see all that nasty, disturbing things. Even though like they are funny, they're cool to hang out with, it's just like, okay, this is too much. I cannot look at this anymore. And I started putting my focus towards like more academic subjects. I also started learning some crypto trading, like specifically meme coins. You guys need to start learning that for the next like few years because of the new president. Yeah, you're gonna have to learn some meme coin, you're gonna have to learn some AI coin, you're gonna need to learn like gaming stock and things like that. And remember your cybersecurity. You want like a VPN, you probably want like a cold storage wallet, you probably want like an external key so that people on the internet, hackers on the internet, cannot copy it, an external key that you plug into your computer. But there's tons and tons and tons of tutorials on the internet on how to do that. So yeah, that's what I've been feeding my brain instead. I've been trying to just be more academic rather than just like jokey and memey, right? But that's just for me, right? So there's a few natural supplements that I've been using. Okay, so lately, as I told you, I've been doing too much work. I've been doing too much work, and I got so stressed out. And I was starting to get pretty depressed from it because I was thinking, like, I can't do anything that I want to do. I'm always making money. I can't just chill. I cannot chill. I always have to keep moving. And so I was having trouble. I was getting so stressed out. I was having trouble like focusing. Like I went to the store and I couldn't read any of the labels on anything, and I got a little scared from that. I was like, "Oh god." And I had like trouble like managing my breath. Also, I was getting really depressed. I can't do what I want to do. This is like really hard for me. So, remember, instead of just running to a doctor to have them prescribe you pills, which is expensive and as we mentioned before, lab made chemicals are not good on the body. Okay, so what I did is that I got on Google and I looked up some herbs for focus. I looked up some herbs for stress relief. And so we did find a few things. So we go to the tea section. We go to look at the vegetables. Remember that. Anything from nature, nothing made in a lab, okay? So I found stuff that actually worked, yeah. For my problems, I decided to get some lion's mane tea, some ashwagandha, and I also got some lily of the valley essential oil perfume. It's not like it's not like a factory made perfume. I always try to go for the essential oil perfume, which is better, right? To help manage my focus and stress. And then I also got this really awesome Om mushroom superfood blend. This is helping with your balance, your focus, your immune system. And this has cordyceps, lion's mane, reishi, turkey tail, and chaga. So I'll put like 2 teaspoons of this into my alkaline tea in the morning with my matcha powder and my shilajit. It's just like, it's such a powerful tea to have in the morning. If you guys saw like my daily routine video, that was, yeah, the tea that I make in the morning. Okay, so we'll brew the alkaline tea first, and then we will get a little pea size of shilajit, and then we'll put like matcha powder in there, and then I added 2 teaspoons of the mushroom blend. Now you're not going to be able to find this on the regular shelves. You're supposed to find this in the herb supplements section of like Whole Foods or Sprouts. It's not going to be like in the teas, it's going to be in the herb supplements, like near all the medicine. So that's where this is. And you might want to buy the big jar like this, or you can buy single use packets, but it's cheaper to buy this one and then like use less. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, having that every morning, or every grand cosmic rising, excuse me. You're not supposed to say morning because it sounds like mourn, like sad, but every grand cosmic rising, when I get up, when I wake up, it's so powerful to have that. Have that in a cup just every day. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, you guys gotta try it. You guys gotta try it for yourself. Like, just having that every single time you wake up just to start your day is so powerful. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, so after maybe like a few 7 sun days, like sun cycles, weeks, I'm trying to like talk different because your words are spells. Remember, everything that you speak, if a word sounds like another word, it could be bad. But we can get into that later, I guess. You can go follow Embodiment Celestial for that. Go check on their page. They posted something recently about that, about the way that you speak. Okay, but anyways, every 7 days, I guess. It's kind of hard for me to speak like that in a way that you guys can understand, but in a few weeks, in a few weeks, the lion's mane and like the mushroom, it really put me back into focus. It really like helped with my body. I was okay, yeah, I know it's a little gross, but I was bloating a little bit and it really wasn't cute because I was so stressed out. And it regulated my body so well. I was so surprised to see the results. I got so excited. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, I don't feel nasty anymore. I don't feel ugly anymore. This is fantastic. So it was a really good thing to find that. Let's see. Okay, yeah, a long time ago when I was just a crazy teenager, I've done Adderall before. You know how it's like crazy focus? That's the drug that it's like famous for being crazy focus, right? So the mushrooms and the ashwagandha and the perfume, it was better than Adderall. Like it made me feel better. I was focusing like it was better than Adderall. I've done it before a long time ago. It was better. It's definitely better. So I was really really happy to see that. Um okay, also another tip that I do, I get my honey from a local Amish shop. So local Amish honey to avoid any fake honey. So if you have something like that in your area, you should definitely go for the local farm honey. It's real, it's pure, and it was so delicious. It was so delicious. Their shop was really cool. They had all sorts of different types of flavors. So, also to manage my depression through all of that horrible, like back-breaking work, um, so I started using tobacco again, but I got curious. I looked it up in our reference book of herbs. So it is in the reference, and what it basically does is that it kind of like purifies the area. So I also have another book on shamanism where they tell you a story of how they send their shamans onto deadly challenges with tobacco. They send them with tobacco to help complete the challenges. So that's basically like what it does. You can kind of get an idea of what it actually does. So what happened with me is that I was getting so depressed to the point where I was thinking I'll just lie in bed. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything anymore. This is kind of depressing, although it wasn't the dieting. The dieting still made me feel amazing. It was the fact that I was just getting really bored of my situation. It was kind of more external problems. Of course, as you know, I've been trying to repair my life after getting attacked by possessed people, and it's not been easy. It's not been easy. So, yeah, I was just thinking, I want to lay in bed. I don't want to get up. And the reason why I'm using nicotine tobacco again, the reason why is because when you have an addiction, in the morning, every like okay, it's kind of like a smoker's like thing. It's like kind of like a known thing amongst smokers, your morning cigarette. Or when you wake up, I want a cigarette, right? So it's that thing that kind of gets me out of bed. So instead of just lying there thinking about how horrible everything is, I get up out of bed and I'm like, oh, I need a cigarette. I'm not just gonna like lie there. I'm actually going to get up and start my day. So that's how I use it. That's the way that it's used. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for people in a normal situation. If your life is pretty chill, don't use it, right? This is used for challenging situations only. So, after maybe like in a year from now, when my life calms down, I will definitely be back on my fasting. I will be back to no substances. I'll be back on it, definitely. I'll definitely start fasting again. But it feels pretty good to like know that I actually have fasted like that before. It was just like too many things were piling up. So, um, how you choose your tobacco. Okay, so I use the natural organic American Spirit. This has like they have a zero waste facility and it's sustainably grown with no pesticides and the ingredients in these ones, you know how they say cigarettes have all types of like chemicals in them. This one is just tobacco and water. It's organic and it's grown in the USA, so you don't have to worry about your environmental impact with that. So this is going to be your best bet. And the reason why we're using the plant, the plant tobacco, instead of using like e-liquid, vape juice, okay? A, it's more environmentally friendly, and B, you want to be connected with the plant. You don't want to have like vape juice, you know. We want the real plant so you can feel the vibrations and the energies coming off the real plant rather than vape juice and like e-liquid that's been made from things that are not great. Okay, if that made any sense to anybody. Um, but yeah, of course, I have fasted before, I have done it before. I think it's really, really great, but I feel like my life is too challenging at the moment in order for me to like fast because with fasting and meditation like hard on it, like you kind of need some type of like free time for it. You kind of need like something more chill. But yeah, after we get past the hard part, maybe in 1 year after my life chills out, we'll be back on the fasting and I'll talk about that later. Okay, so I hope that helped anybody. Yeah, the use of tobacco for challenges. It's for challenges. Should be temporary. So yeah, I don't plan on doing that forever. And a little reminder. This is just a reminder for the end of the class. When you are too peaceful, it will lower your survival mechanisms. So that kind of ties into the use of tobacco for a challenge. When you are too peaceful, it lowers your survival mechanisms, but don't take that in the wrong way. It just means that you need to remember to go outside, work out, be productive, or continue learning skills because, at some point, you could be too peaceful to the point where you're lazy, but that doesn't mean just go fight people. It means like remember to stay on top of your workout routine, your learning, your academics. Um, Anything like that, okay? So I hope this class was useful. And of course, the next class we're going to be talking about my environmental impact and areas that we can start improving because I have been lacking in that area because I've been so busy. But thank you for joining me today and thank you for listening. And I hope you do what I tell you to do because it's good.